Assalamu alaikum, this is Mr. Mudathir from Legacy School and this is ICT Year 5. Let's take a recap of the last lesson. In the last lesson we learned how to type in points. We call them bullet points from this button over here. You get to make a list. For example, item 1, the minute you press enter you get another point, this way. Item 2, enter. The more you press enter, the more you will get points, this way. Just remember that you must start writing in cap, right? The second thing that we learned was tables, and this is how we insert tables. Tap on insert tables and choose the dimension of your table, whether you want it to be 2 by 2, 3 by 2, 3 by 3, and so on. You can follow me by opening the Year 5 ICT book Unit 2. The first page is page number 8. Alright, in today we're going to learn the history of films or movies. How they started. When was the first movie ever created? The first films were made in the 1890s. They were very simple, very short and completely silent. They were made with cameras that used a strip of black and white celluloid film. Charlie Chaplin was king during the era of the silent movie. So movies started in the 1890s. That was like 130 years ago. And do you know that they didn't have audio? There was no sound at that time. And Charlie Chaplin was a very famous star at that time. He was king during the era of the silent movies. You want to know who Charlie Chaplin is? Let's watch a very short scene of one of his movies. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed Charlie Chaplin, which was the main character in the scene that we just saw. There are a couple of things that you may have noticed while watching. Of course, the picture was in black and white. And then the actors, if you notice that the actors and actresses were unable to talk, they actually write a caption on the screen telling you exactly what is happening. So that was how movies were back in the old days, right? By the 1927, the movies had also become the talkies. That means everybody's talking about movies. Films now include a soundtrack, just like the movie we saw for Charlie Chaplin. Cinema audiences were amazed when they heard the voices of actors for the first time. Now they can add soundtrack as in music will be playing while you are watching the picture of the movie, like a beat or a violin playing along while actors are acting. And then people were amazed that they can actually listen to actors talking for the first time. By the 1950s, film industries were established all over the world. India and Japan produced 200 films each year, followed by Korea and the Philippines. Film had become a truly global medium. By the 1980s, videotape allowed people to view films at home on their TV set. This opened a new market for the film industry. The first blockbuster films emerged at this time. Alright, so people were unable to watch movies at home. They had to go to the cinema or the theater to watch movies. But in the 1980s, finally they invented the videotapes over here. As you can see, this could contain 1 or 2 movies. Now you can buy a movie, go home and watch a movie at home for the first time. In page number 9, by the early 2000s, computer technology allowed filmmakers to create movies digitally from start to finish. Digitally, what do they mean by digitally? Like you use a digital camera, you use your cell phone, you use a digital video camera and so on. That is how you can allow filmmakers to create movies digitally from start to finish. This new type of movies was as revolutionary as the very first flickering images recorded 100 years earlier. Yeah. So now we can all make movies at home. Having a simple digital camera or a cell phone camera, we can record something that is happening at the moment, or we can come up with a story and act and create our own movies. Well, today we talked about the history of movies, films, call them whatever, moving pictures. Now we know that movies and movie making started in the 1890s, which is like 130 years ago. And now we know who Charlie Chaplin is. If you ask mom, dad, uncles, they all know who Charlie Chaplin is. We also learned about the evolution of movies. How did they become in the 1927 when they started adding audio to the movies, and for the first time people started hearing actors talking. And then in the 1980s, people were using the tapes, the regular tapes, to watch movies on their TV sets. If you want to watch a movie, you have to go to the movie store and buy or rent the tape for that movie, so that you can come home and watch it. Before that, people were not able to watch movies at home. They had to go to the movie theater. All of that compared to today, making movies is a breeze. You have the camera already. Each and every cell phone has a camera, or buying a video camera it's available everywhere. You can go anywhere and buy a video camera and start recording a movie. Well, that was it for now. Till the next lesson, take care. Bye.